Christmas. What's the first thing, the very first thing you think of when you hear that word? Presents? Okay, I wasn't going for that, but yeah, that makes sense. Okay, what's the second thing you think of? Okay, yeah, Santa Claus would probably be right, but what is the third thing you think of? Fine, yeah, Christmas music, whatever, but what about...
2 hours later.
Yes, Krampus is a very important part of European Christmas traditions, but what about the 67th thing? You know what, never mind, I'm just gonna tell you. It's Christmas specials! Yes, Christmas specials have been gracing TV around this time of the year for a very long time. I think that one of the first ones was 1950s Babes in Toyland, an operetta that inspired the 1961 film of the same name, starring the comedic duo Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy.
What do you think of that?
And anything that inspires that comedic duo to do anything gets an A+ in my book. Speaking of inspirations, today, on the day of Christmas Eve, we'll be covering a classic movie that everyone remembers for its original plot and great special effects. This movie follows a group of toys that come to life, including a toy based on a character from space who doesn't realize that they're a toy, and another toy who feels threatened by this new toy about being replaced as his owner's new favorite toy. This film needs no introduction, but what the heck. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Christmas toy. What? What's wrong? What did you expect? The hell is Toy Story?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz, look, an alien! Where?
Oh boy, this might get ugly. Hey guys, Dan here, and it must be Christmas because I'm doing something special on my channel. You're welcome. Yes, for the first time on this channel, I won't be talking about a game, instead talking about a film. Get ready, YouTube copyright system, cause I got something for you hot off the presses. Jim Henson. He was the father of the marionette puppet hybrid, also known as the Muppet. You probably remember him mostly for the Muppets and everything that they've been in, such as The Muppet Show, an abundance of Muppet movies, The Muppet Babies, the other Muppet Show that definitely got cancelled too soon. Hell, even Kermit was on Sesame Street. Oh yeah, he also did these movies. Does anyone actually remember anything from Labyrinth besides David Bowie? Also, I've never even heard of The Dark Crystal. But I'm probably not the only one who hasn't heard of it, since it came out around the same time as another pretty famous movie that you may have heard of called E.T. the Extraordinary Terrarian. But something that you younger viewers probably don't know is that he was also the creator of The Christmas Toy, an hour-long special that aired on ABC in December of 1986. This was Henson's 4th Christmas special, and the first one he did with completely original characters. Well, I figured that I'd watch it and then give you guys a review based on what I thought of the movie, so I watched it. And it's dark. Like, really, really dark. And also kind of stupid. Like, really, really kind of stupid. But let's get into the review. This is The Christmas Toy. Sponsored by Kraft Foods. Okay, actually, before we start, let's just address the elephant in the room. Toy Story. You'll notice that the further we go into this movie, the more tropes you'll see from Toy Story. And for everyone saying that this is a ripoff of Toy Story, I can't even dignify that one with a response. Just look at a calendar or something, I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. Whoa! Take like 3 steps back, dude. You don't just do that, man. Jeez Louise.
Am I the Christmas toy?
No!
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Am I the Christmas toy? No!
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Am I the Christmas toy? No! I'm the...
Is this the Krusty Krab? No! This is Patrick! I'm not a
Christmas toy.
Okay. Why are you looking at me like that? What's up with those eyes? Those dead eyes! Alright, you're a toy. Carry on then. So we start out looking at the house where the entire movie's gonna take place, and holy crap, it's Jeff Moss! For those of you who don't know who Jeff Moss is, he was a famous composer when it came down to Muppet-themed songs. He did all the music for the Muppets Take Manhattan, as well as many hit songs from Sesame Street, like, oh, I don't know, say, the Rubber Ducky song?
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
Oh man, if Jeff Moss did the music, then we're in for a real treat. Okay, so the movie starts out with Kermit the Frog up on the roof of the house, telling us he's not who we think he is. But I thought he was Kermit the Frog. But I thought that when he said that, he's not who he said he is, when he is... Oh, my brain! So Kermit falls down the chimney and... Oh, never mind, he's okay. He introduces us to the Jones family, or more specifically, the toys in the toy room, and then leaves, saying to...
Watch what these toys do just as soon as I leave the room.
Remember that line. That line will come into place later on. Also, it's important to point out that not every version of this movie contains Kermit the Frog because of some legal issues. I'm not 100% sure of the reason, but I'm not going to delve into it any further than that. And then we get into our first musical number. And to be honest, it's pretty good. I'd play it, but I'm already in enough trouble as it is for showing any of this movie on YouTube, so I'm not going to. The song basically states that when humans aren't around, toys like to play with other toys, and Moss does a really good job matching the lyrics with the visuals. There are a few things wrong with this song, don't get me wrong, but nothing that Moss did, more along the line of some creepy visuals, like when Rugby the Tiger licks Apple the doll's face. Oh, did I forget to mention that there's a lot of sexual innuendos in this movie? Because there's a lot of sexual innuendos in this movie. And then... Oh god, no! Just... No! Steamboat Ducky then tells the others that the humans are coming, and they all run back into the position that they were left in before Kermit arrived. Well, everyone except Rugby, and Apple scolds him for not doing so, stating that...
If you get caught out of position, you'll be frozen forever.
Yeah, Rugby, you should really listen to Apple. You don't want to be... Wait, come again now?
You'll be frozen forever. Frozen forever. Frozen forever.
Jesus Christ! So if you're seen 1 millimeter out of the place that you were once placed in, that's it. You're dead. Jeez, man, it's been 4 minutes and this movie just got really dark really fast. I mean, these toys must be professionals if they're able to get back into place exactly where they were left beforehand. I mean, Humpty Dumpty fell off the bookcase. He must have hauled rear to get back into place. Well, whatever. I'm sure this has no play in the rest of the movie.
Watch this.
So Jesse and Jamie play with their toys for literally 18 seconds. Jeez, slow down, kids. Jamie mentions that she loves Rugby the most, which is kind of like a screw you to the rest of the toys. Seriously, can't you be a little nicer, Jamie? They may be pretending to just be toys, but they can still hear you. The kids then leave, taking the cat with them, and the toys resume their song. But something just occurred to me. Jamie left the door open, and here are the toys singing, not even 5 seconds after they leave, at high volume. Don't you think someone would hear them, prompting them to come into the room and... Oh, come on! The horse then gathers everyone around to tell them that... Everyone then goes crazy!
Oh, tell me what's going on. I have to know if I'm dressed right.
Get used to that. That's a joke. A running joke. Throughout the entire film. That lasts an hour long. All the time.
Please stop talking.
And again with this guy! We get a closer look at our two main characters, Rugby the Tiger and Mew the Mouse. Rugby is an annoying, self-centered, condescending tiger that only thinks about himself and thinks of himself as the alpha toy. Everyone likes him. Mew is a nice, caring, generous mouse who only wants to help Rugby and have a great Christmas with his friends. Everyone hates him. So Mew and Rugby are discussing how toys love Christmas, but Rugby says Mew can't call himself a toy since he's technically a cat toy and not a real toy. Yeah, Rugby's a real jerk to Mew, even though Mew considers him his only friend. And he reeks of catnip, so every time he goes near anybody, he's greeted with Mew! It's Mew! It's a running joke.
I want to talk to you all about Christmas.
Oh boy!
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Minute. Let's see. Too casual. Too formal. Too sporty. Oh, this definitely. Or maybe not.
Please stop talking.
Rugby daydreams about Christmas the year before, when he was the gift, and we go to our next song. And this is where I gotta say that it makes sense that the Christmas toy isn't mentioned on Jeff Moss's Wikipedia page. The song lasts 35 seconds, and it features Rugby singing, which, I'm sorry, but he sounds like someone threw his vocal cords through a shredder. I'd rather listen to nails on a chalkboard than Rugby sing. At least in the first song, he was joined by everyone else. This is like listening to one really out-of-tune violin, and everyone is just too afraid to point out that it's out of tune. It's just wrong. Then Apple scolds Rugby again for not listening to Balthazar about Christmas, but Rugby thinks he already knows everything about Christmas, and that he's the most important part of the holiday since he's
The Christmas toy.
And this is the point where you just start to hate Rugby. Like, throughout the entire film, he's never nice to anyone. He risks everyone's lives due to his own selfish wants and desires. And he is our main protagonist. I'm sorry, but I cannot relate to or follow a character that's so self-centered and arrogant, and there's not one likable feature about him. So why does everyone like him? It doesn't make sense!
That I don't blame you for being jealous.
Whoa, there, Rugby, take it easy, man. Whoa, okay, that's not okay. Get away from her. No.
And I want to make sure you all know what it means.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Rugby then proceeds to sneak out of the playroom while Balthazar is talking because he's in a delusional world where he thinks that every Christmas he will be the toy inside the box, so he starts to head down to the living room.
He shouldn't do that. He's gonna get caught.
Yeah, quick question in the back. Why do you care? He was a total jerk to you, so why do you care about him? Let him get caught for all you care.
Excuse me?
It's a running joke. Mew tells everyone that Rugby went out the door, and then this happens. I faced many a trial over my years as a toy. Cats, washing machines, even falling apart by the seams. But no evil has even come close to the evil of the door. So then we get a Metal Gear Solid stealth scene when Rugby tries to get to the living room, and he kind of sucks at it. But don't worry, the entire family's made up of idiots, so there's no way that anyone in this film could get caught out of place. Back at the playroom, the other toys are lamenting over Rugby, which I still don't understand why. He was a total jerk, he still is a total jerk, and he doesn't have any redeemable qualities at all.
I can't believe Rugby would do something that stupid.
No.
Did somebody call me?
Okay, I just got introduced to you and I already hate you. This is Dis. He's a dumb clown puppet. That is it. Oh, and don't get too attached to him because... Oh, that ditz. No, not ditz. Maybe there's a chance he's still alive. Yeah, maybe we can... Oh, no, he's dead. But wait a minute, hold on a second. The mother wasn't the last one to see Ditz. How the hell does she know that he's not in the place where the kids left him? She wasn't with them when they were playing with him. So then that only means one thing. No matter who sees a toy, even if it's a complete stranger who's never seen the toy before or knows where it was placed, if that toy is even a smidgen out of place, the toy dies. Seriously, did David Lynch have a say in the production of the movie? Jesus Christ, and I thought Toy Story 3 was dark. More rugby stealth scenes, whatever. The remaining toys then paraded Ditz's corpse around the room, almost like that scene from Star Trek.
Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most human.
Wait, so they just leave their dead toys out for everyone to look at all the time? Seriously, they don't even put them in a drawer or something? Geez, so during that first song, I guess they were like, don't look at the dead bodies of our friends, don't look at the dead bodies of our friends, don't look at the dead bodies. Anyways, with everyone too sad about Dumbo kicking the bucket, it seems as though everyone's forgotten about Rugby, except his slave. I mean friend, Mew. So he decides to help Rugby, even though Rugby treats him like trash. Is this supposed to be an abusive relationship or something? They reunite and... well, that adventure ended quickly. Good night, everyone, and have a Merry Christmas. Another ear-piercing Rugby song that lasts 35 seconds, and Mew tells Rugby how to escape the closet, and Rugby, for the first time, compliments Mew.
Maybe being a cat toy isn't so bad after all.
Could this be the turning point for Rugby?
Except for the smell.
Oh, so close. I was so close to actually giving a damn about you, and you soiled it. Now the toys are figuring out what to do about Rugby, and Belmont, get it? Because he's a Winnie baby, says that if they could, they'd just go out and rescue him, but it's not a good idea, which makes sense.
Which it most definitely is not.
Who says it's not?
I don't know. Maybe the same guy who cursed every toy with death if they're seen even a smidgen out of place by any human being on Earth? Maybe that guy? You know what, you're all crazy and can die for all I care. I give up. Another song which wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the case that it sounds way too much like another well-known song. Here, you guys listen.
You've got to try the impossible, dare the incredible. Hot apple pie in the sky.
Apple decides that she and Belmont should go rescue Rugby.
Rescue mission? I'm not dressed right at all.
Please stop talking.
And they're eventually joined by Bleep the Robot and Cruiser the taxi cab driver. And after the way too easy to die thing, this is the next biggest flaw in the movie. At least Rugby is plush and Mew is tiny, so they can fit and hide almost anywhere, not to mention they're almost completely silent. This rescue party consists of a large hard plastic doll, a beeping hard metal robot, a hard taxi cab driver whose engine could wake the dead, and, oh yeah, a large hard rocking horse. If they're in the hallway when the humans come out, which they've done about 5 times now, where in the world are they gonna hide? Don't be stupid, just send out the rabbits who are plush and fast, or the knights who are small and able to hide, or the Jack-in-the-Box because...
seriously, that thing should just die.
Back to Rugby and Mew.
Mew?
And that's that. Well, it was fun while it lasted. See you next Christmas! I don't know how much more of this I can take. What else is on?
Who pooped in a peanut barrel?
Ah, change it back, change it back, change it back, change it back! Okay, maybe I've been a little too harsh on this movie. I mean, after all, it's Christmas. I'm gonna take a little breather, so, I don't know, commercial break or something. Jesus, I could go for some Kraft mac and cheese. So Rugby and Mew are squished behind a door because
The brats are awake and they're out in the hallway.
then the door closes and our heroes see... They get to the staircase and Rugby falls down the stairs for some reason that doesn't really make sense, nor does it need to be in the movie, and Mew, who just saw Rugby fall down the stairs, well, he I think I may need some Advil for this. Rugby and Mew eventually find the box that Rugby thinks he's supposed to be in, but Rugby can't figure out how to get inside the box, and then he makes fun of Mew again. So Mew, just to spite Rugby, finds a way to get the ribbon off the box so that it'll open.
Oh, sure, Mew. You're going to do something I can't do.
You watch me, people toy!
The rescue party eventually catches up, and even though Mew and Rugby had problems with the stairs, the cab driver flawlessly drives down them, which I'm honestly so done with physics, I'm not even gonna question it. Apple scolds Rugby, again, for messing with Jamie's Christmas gift, but Rugby thinks it's because she's jealous that she's not Jamie's gift. Apple said she already had her fair share, but Rugby doesn't believe her, because he's Rugby, and what else do you expect from Rugby? Seriously, I do not like him. At all. But Rugby comes to a grim realization when he opens the box and sees a knockoff Evelyn toy in there. Rugby's confused and Mew has the hots for the new girl. But apparently the feeling isn't mutual. The toy introduces herself as Meteora, Queen of the Asteroids, and uh-oh, she doesn't know she's a toy! What a conundrum. Okay, let's go over the checklist one more time. Toys come to life? Check. Main protagonist is afraid of being replaced after seeing the new toy? Check. New toy is a space warrior who doesn't know that they're a toy?
And you, my friend, are responsible for delaying my rendezvous with Star Command. You are a toy!
You dare to touch the Queen? Inhabitants of many planets have died for less.
No, they haven't.
You're calling Meteora a liar?
No, I'm calling you a toy.
And we have a winner! Tell them what they won, Charlie!
You won a class action lawsuit.
Interesting transport pod. What's your power source?
$1 on the drop and 10 cents for each additional mile.
Okay, that was pretty funny. Kudos to you. But Rugby has to steal the spotlight again by sealing himself in the gift box, and Apple tells Mew to convince him to come out because...
You're his friend.
For all that's holy, don't do it, Mew! He's not your friend. He has done nothing nice to you for the entire movie, and you've already helped him like twice. You don't have to do this.
You're right. I am.
Okay, I give up. If you want to continue this abusive relationship, that's fine. I don't care anymore. I tried. Everyone heard me. But Rugby isn't coming out of the box because he's Rugby.
We're friends, but it's not a perfect relationship.
Oh, okay, I lied. I can't keep quiet. It's not even a relationship. What is going on between you two isn't mutual, hence it's not a relationship. You and Rugby's relationship is like a one-way mirror. You can see Rugby, but Rugby only sees himself. Apple gets Rugby out of the box and tells Rugby what really happened last Christmas. Oh, did I say tells? No, that'd be too easy. No, she sings what happens. Not only does she sing what happens, she sings basically the same exact 35-second song that Rugby sings. And while her singing voice is significantly better than Rugby's, it still lacks in comparison to any other Muppet. Oh yeah, I forgot these were Muppets. For some reason, I thought they were Moopets because this movie's making me so Apple tells Rugby that before he came, she was Jamie's favorite toy, and she was the Christmas toy before Rugby. But once Rugby came, she was upset and felt forgotten, but she eventually got over it.
Then, if you were Jamie's Christmas present before me, Meteora must be her Christmas present after me.
Yes.
And she really should be in the box.
Oh my god, could this be it? The moment that Rugby realizes that he's been selfish and will make up for his ways? He finally understands that Christmas presents come and go and that he'll always remain a toy of Jamie's even if he isn't the Christmas toy? Oh hallelujah, the heavens are raining down upon us the thing that we've all been looking for. Praise the Lord. Thank the...
You may have been willing to give up without a fight, but I'm not. I don't care what happened in the past. Nobody is taking my place.
They finally convince Rugby to come out of the box by stating that Rugby will be seen out of place if he's in the box instead of Mrs. Goodbar, and that finally gets him out of the box. Well, why didn't you start out with that? You know Rugby, he's not going to learn a lesson, and you start out with, oh, this is wrong, or, Oh, friggin' Meliodas belongs in the box. I don't know her name. Why don't you end with that if there's time and then start with, oh, you're going to die? And for the rest of the movie, that's the one thing that taints your mind. He didn't get out of the box because he learned a lesson. No, he got out of the box because he was going to die if he didn't. But suddenly, Mrs. Doubtfire starts knocking down chess pieces because, uh-oh, she doesn't know she's a toy. What a conundrum. They make too much noise, the dad comes out, sees them all, and they all die. The end. Game over. That's all, folks.
I'm sorry, everybody.
I wanna believe you, I really do. But no, I don't, I lied, I hate you, you're the second worst toy in this movie.
Please stop talking.
Mew, being the only character that does anything, imitates the cat, convincing the dad that it's just the cat, and he goes back to bed.
It's nothing, just the cat.
Okay, I call BS on this. He has a clear line of sight from the hallway to the handrail. You could have easily seen Horace, Horsecollar, and Bender, which would have frozen them in place. But I guess David Lynch stepped out of the room when they were working on the scene because he did not see them. The other toys praised Mew for his quick thinking and his luck of not being called to the stage as an understudy in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats the Musical that night. It's a Christmas miracle!
When you fall on your head, do you land on your feet? Can you find your way blind when you're lost in the street?
Do you know how to go to the Heaviside lair?
Even Rugby compliments Mew, even though nothing he says now will make up for all the insults he said to Mew. Yup, looks like everything's going to be okay.
Now we've just got one little teeny problem.
Why? Why did you have to ruin the moment? Why are you even here?
Why were you created?
But Applebloom is right. Meatwad's still on the loose, and she's making a ruckus, so the toys have to try and convince her to get back in her box. In order to do that, they start singing about how great she is and how she should get back in the box because she'll be seen as a star. And for all the crap I've given Rugby over the entire movie, this is the one song I don't hate that he sings. It's not great, it's just not terrible. It's pretty catchy and it has a nice beat to it. You can really tell the voice actors, puppeteers, and even Moss himself had fun with this song. They finally get her back into the box, all wrapped up and ready for Christmas morning.
Bye, Meora. See you soon.
Back to the toys looking over their dead corpses, whatever, doesn't matter. Kind of forgot that they were there in the first place. If there's one character I feel bad for, it's Balthazar. He was probably Jamie's first toy, always promised to be loved, and you gotta feel bad for him.
The black is perfect for a rescue mission. But this suit is so cute. Oh. Don't leave without me. I'll be ready in a minute.
Please stop talking.
You were pretty good.
For a people toy?
For any toy.
Yeah, now stab him in the eyes like he deserves.
Thanks, Mew.
No. You know what? Not even touching that one. So all the toys somehow get back up the stairs, even Cruiser, whose feet are wheels. Is this movie even trying anymore? I don't know. They start heading back, get there safely, and have a happy Christmas. The end. That's it. That's all, folks! Unfortunately, Mew was lost in the process of moving not even 100 meters. There was room in the cab for Mew. Why did he have to grab onto Rugby's tail? Why is everyone so stupid? Uh-oh, the door to the parents' room is starting to open and Mew is out in the hallway, frozen with fear. Rugby, in order to clear his conscience, no doubt about it, tries to save Mew, which... yeah, goes about as well as you would think it would. The mother picks up Mew, who is now dead. Yup. Just when you thought the movie couldn't get any darker, the nicest character in the entire movie dies. Okay, so I may seem a little rough on Rugby. He actually seems to care about how Mew is right now, and legitimately sees him as he'd see a normal toy. But after 40 minutes of constant abuse and put-downs, I really can't feel bad for Rugby. I mean, if he gets a happy ending, then good for him. But I'm not saying I also wouldn't feel the same way if he was dropped in Hell's Eternal Flame. The cat then takes the corpse of Mew down to his bed and the mother locks the door, making Rugby trapped in the closet. Huh. That didn't come out right. Anyways, using the skills that Mew taught him earlier, Rugby is easily able to come out of the closet. Oh my god, I knew it! No, I'm staying clear from any assumptions. Rugby goes to find Mew's body and he... Oh god, I thought this was a kid's movie. That's too much, man.
I have seen things I can't unsee.
Rugby approaches Mew's corpse and starts apologizing for all the mean things he's done, like making fun of his smell and not thanking him. It's actually a pretty touching moment. Or at least it would be if, oh, I don't know, he wasn't already dead.
I just can't accept that you're frozen. Because there's so much to say.
Oh, did he say? No, that'd be too easy. No, he sings what he wants to say. And this has to be the most complicated part of the entire movie for me. On one hand, this is without a doubt the best song in the entire movie, even though Rugby is the one who sings it. It's kind of annoying, but it's kind of nice to know that Rugby does actually feel bad for what he's done. A little too late, like I just said, but at least we know he has some moral code. But on the other hand, this is the third biggest flaw of the movie. So Mew is brought back to life through the power of music. But wait, they were singing before in the playroom with their friends' corpses lining the floor, and they remain dead. So I guess this one specific song is enough to bring any toy back from the dead?
You serious?
Unfortunately, yeah. This one specific song is able to bring him back to life. I know Rugby didn't know that this was going to work, but why is it that this one specific song, sung lyric for lyric on key, brings toys back to life?
I was someplace else, but it was like no place, and it was very dark and cold.
Oh my god. So as it turns out, when you're frozen, you're not really dead. No, you're in an eternal limbo of nothing but the icy cold blackness for the rest of existence.
It's the most wonderful time.
You might be thinking, oh, this probably only works for Mew because Rugby learned a lesson and learned what true friendship is all about. Well, that was my first thought too, but then this happens.
Oh, friends, dear friends, here where we ought to be.
And guess what? It brings all the toys back to life. Even Ditz! Oh, that Ditz. So this is where the fourth major flaw comes into place. Obviously this would make sense if Rugby and Mew got back and then told everyone about how the song brought Mew back to life, but besides the fact that there's no possible way that Rugby could remember what he said and the fact that the songs don't even have the same lyrics, they start singing the song before Rugby and Mew get back.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Seriously, how could they know that the song was going to work? And don't say, they didn't know that the song could bring people back from being frozen, they were just singing. No, that is not true. They're clearly approaching the dead toys, they somehow know. Oh well, at least it's a happy ending, and things can't get any more stupid than they already are.
A Christmas party? I'm not dressed right at all!
Please stop talking.
The next morning, the toys are all exactly where they are supposed to be. As in, not a single toy is marginally out of place. Also, this is kind of nitpicky, but do you notice anything that shouldn't be here? Something that seems out of place? Something that seems dangerous in a room where children play? Something in a room that nobody is currently present in? Something in a room filled with toys, some of which are filled with cotton? Notice anything peculiar? Jamie, Jessie, and the cat all put their toys in the toy room, and once there's no one in the room, the toys come alive and celebrate Christmas.
Hi, I'm Mew.
Hi, I'm Mew too.
Hear ye, and the Lord said upon his disciples, Great, now Nintendo's getting a lawsuit. I just bought stock.
Jamie goes back into the room and says that she loves Meteora, but not without saying,
I love you, Apple. I love you, Rugby.
yeah, but the rest of you, I don't give a flying crap about you. You're cannon fodder, you hear me? The toys all start singing Old Friends, New Friends again, and it's a happy ending. Finally, it all wraps up. No more loose ends. It's fine. How? Come on, I was about to give you the benefit of the doubt. First of all, how did you even get in here in the first place? The fireplace that came through earlier is being occupied, and I don't think the family would just let a green anthropomorphic frog dressed as Santa enter their house just to say, oh, I'm here to look at your children's toys. See, that's the point when you call the police. Wait a minute, let me listen back to the song. Oh god, oh no, I killed the cat, the frog, oh god, there's blood everywhere. Oh my god, the cat's dead! Who the hell are you? You are cat. Let's go, oh crap. Second, how is it that he can now be with the toys without them all freezing? I get they're all singing the song, but the resurrection spell won't work while they're in the midst of being caught. Everything you've told me from beforehand would make me believe that, and then you throw this in there? You know what? Forget it. Have fun catching on fire. And that was Jim Henson's The Christmas Toy. It's a really stupid, corny kids movie that doesn't really even follow its own rules of logic, and it has a way too dark undertone to really be seen as a Christmas classic. The main character is unlikable, yet everyone likes him. And everybody hates the nice guy. It has pretty okay music leading off and ending pretty strong, but plagued with mediocre music in the middle. But you know what? It's still one of the better Christmas specials I've seen. Yeah, for all the flaws that this movie had, it was still a pretty good film, even though it may have sounded like I was annoyed the whole time. But lots of what I said was very nitpicky. Let me remind you that this film was aired in '86, so it has a lot of '80s tropes, like learning a lesson at the end of it all, this one being not judge a book by its cover or something, I don't know. Was it the worst Henson film I've ever seen? Nah. Was it the worst Christmas special I've ever seen? Trust me, it's far from the worst. It's not even the worst Henson Christmas special now that I think about it. I'm just saying that Christmas specials are supposed to be something different. It's supposed to make you rethink what you know about the holiday season. The Christmas Toy kind of does that, but not to the full extent it could have. I mean, we could have seen the same exact movie, but instead of Christmas, it was Jamie's birthday or something. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I'd watch it with a group of friends or family if that's what they wanted to watch. But you never catch me watching it alone. It's a special that would definitely fly under my radar.
That was great! Nothing's too hard for Mew Mouse, smartest cat toy in the world.
Well, I guess that wraps up this review. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas or a Happy Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and, just have a really good holiday break if you are taking a break right now, or if you're just home for the holidays, just have fun, Isn't that what the holidays are all about, being with family? So, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, but before I go, I wanted to say that I guess I'm in the minority because this movie was so popular that it got a spin-off almost 10 years later on the Disney Channel called The Secret Life of Toys. How popular was that show? Well, it lasted 2 months at 13 episodes, you tell me. Stay lovely.